I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everybody is heeding the advices that I gave some moments ago yesterday. Some updates for you on this whole corona business. It looks like the EU and Canada, where I am, have all followed Donald Trump's lead in closing their borders. Canada has now closed, and as I mentioned yesterday, they closed their borders to all people who are not Canadian citizens, Canadian residents, American citizens. Those are the only people who can come into Canada. And I applaud that. The European Union, after viciously attacking Donald Trump's decision to close the borders, have done the exact same thing. They have now closed their borders off, and they've closed their borders within their borders. So the Schengen area is also closed. So you can't just go into to France from Germany or from Italy to Switzerland. You can't do that. Well, Switzerland to not Switzerland, they're not in the EU, but Italy to France. You can't do that. Or Belgium to Netherlands. You have to go through their individual borders where before you could. But Europe is now closed off, even though they were attacking Trump's decision to do that. And he was the first one to do it. I've said this and I'll say it again. His leadership on this corona business is the best because everybody's following him now. Even Justin Trudeau's following him now. And if they had done this sooner instead of playing politics, maybe this thing wouldn't have spread so viciously like it did. Even though I still think that while this is a very bad pandemic, I do feel that the media and all the pundits are out to try and make money. I mean, I can't really talk. Even Arana Nation's trying to make a few bucks off of this. So let's not lie here. They're giving information, but I do feel that a lot of it is being sensationalized. And I did say in the live cast with Jonathan Ross, I said if the media had covered the same amount of people who got flu last year, I mean, they could make the flu sound a lot worse. I'm not saying the coronavirus is similar to flu. Studies have come out that it's pneumonia. So it is pneumonia. It's a little worse than the flu. I don't think it is as bad. If your immune system is healthy, then you're fine. Seniors, people with pre-existing issues are at most risk. But that's the same with the flu as well. So be sensible, be stiff upper lipped, don't freak out, don't be a drama king or queen, don't be a hysteric. It doesn't look honorable. It just gets people like me to make fun of you. But I'm just really, really impressed with the way the President of the United States, and I have not always been, I am not one of those MAGA heads. I'm not a big fanatic who's going to applaud Trump no matter what he does. I don't do that with anybody, ever. You always have to critique people. Nobody's perfect. And I can't stand people who do that. Those people who will, whether it's Obama, Obama can do no wrong. Or whether it's Trump, he can do no wrong. I don't do that. Both of them are annoying morons. I don't do that. But on this issue, he has done a very, very good job, I feel. He has made the correct steps. The correct steps. He has been calm. He has been measured. He has been sensible, closing the borders earlier than everyone else. They all attacked him. The media attacked him. The opposition attacked him. They wanted to play politics with him to try and hurt him. And it looks like the rest of the world is following in his lead. Even the most liberal of nations are following his lead. And the most liberal of prime ministers and presidents and kings, and they're all following his lead. Justin Trudeau is following in his lead. The EU is following in his lead. The UK is following in the lead. Africa is Russia, Australia, everybody, they're closing the borders because it's a sensible thing to do. If there is an outbreak in a certain area, why are you going to allow people from that area to come in? It just doesn't make any sense. Well, now it's everywhere, so now the whole world is shut down now. I feel that this thing could have been dealt with a lot smoother, but you know what? What's done is done. And I do have to say that coming from somebody who is staunchly independent, who has no political affiliation whatsoever. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, and I'm Canadian, first of all. I'm dual, so Canadian citizen, born in Canada, raised in Canada, went to high school in the United States. So I'm dual. I'm involved in both nations politically. But I'm not conservative, not liberal, not socialist, nothing. I say that by far his leadership in the world is the best one. Gotta say it. I gotta say it because all the world is following him. They can try to attack, they can scream, they can kick, but they're doing it in the end. Even Canada's borders are now. And I also want to say I've been a very big critic of Justin Trudeau, but I feel that I mean now, especially now that he has done this with the borders and he's not being politically correct for the most part. I mean, now he seems to have smartened up. He could have done it a lot sooner. He could have really done this a lot sooner, but better late than never, I guess. I have to say that this decision I never thought that he would make such a decision like this. And if he has decided to make the decision to close the borders temporarily until this situation is dealt with, hey, I got to give him credit. Could have been done sooner, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, better late than never. This is the Arana Nation.